What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, oh Lord, my hair look a mess. My hair look a mess. Hey, you guys. Happy Sunday to you. As you can hear, I'm still a little congested, but I'm working through it, okay? I'm working through it. You can tell I slept hard. Look at my hair. Look at my hair. Anyway, my appointment was Friday and I didn't feel like going. I should have known I was getting sick then when I didn't feel like going to get my hair done. I should have known that something was wrong when I did not feel like going to get my hair done, honey. Anyway, I hope everybody is having a happy Sunday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. So the tribe meeting that I did yesterday, that was only like 30 minutes long, I put that on members only. Why? Because that's just not my normal quality of show. And I didn't want people coming through there like, what the heck happened? I got my timing off yesterday. I think I thought that in my mind, I knew that the live was scheduled for 7 o'clock for RuPaul, but I think in my mind, I was thinking 8 o'clock. Anyway, let me say hi to the people that we're going to get started. Hey, Tracy, Keisha, Mamiana. Hey, Des Hop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Hey, girl or guy. I don't know. Hey, 8 Blessed. Tanya McNeil. KK, what's going on? What is going on, people? So, as we are going through this live, I need you guys to do me a favor, right? I need the chat to do. You loving the lipstick? Thank you. It is. Y'all know it's my Juvia's place, honey. This is Drama Queen. Y'all know I've been stuck after I bought these new lipsticks a couple of weeks ago with a gift card I got for Christmas. I had gotten a Visa gift card, and I said I'm gonna go over here to Ulta and see if I can find me some lipstick. And I've been stuck on these. I got three. Did I get 3 or 4 lipsticks that day? I think I got 3 or 4, and I was stuck ever since. Hey, what's up, Star? Star said I liked and I hit the like button. Yes, thank you. Glad I came. I figured the PM was an accident. Yeah. Oh, did I mess up again today? Ciao. Y'all, me and yeah, I don't know. I think it's just listen. I didn't realize I had set up a PM today. Sorry, y'all. It's just listen. I got a lot going on. I think I just not paying attention. Hey, all right. I'm drinking out of my ReallyBTV mug. We got the merch. Mmm. No wonder ain't nobody in here because it said it was set for 10:30. Hold on, let me share it out because I can't change the time. I can't once the live starts, I can't change it. So it's nothing I can do. It looks like my internet is moving slow today. It looks like it's real choppy today. Honey. All right, hold on. Before I get too far off the topic, okay. Is it looking choppy on you all's end? Let me share it out. Let everybody know I'm live. And unfortunately, if people don't get here, they'll catch it in the replay. They'll catch it in the replay. Mm. Okay, we are live. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry to the tribe. For those who didn't get the notification, I screwed up the time. Okay. A little, not too bad. Okay. So I need you guys to do me a favor today. I'm going to move the microphone a little bit closer to my mouth. Okay. I need you guys to do me a favor. I need you to let me know when the sound gets screwed up. I need you to let me know when the sound starts acting up. Just type in the chat mic. Just type mic in the chat, okay? When y'all hear that staticky sound or whatever that sound is. What up, Don Don? Hey, boo. I was in your bushes earlier. I was listening to your live earlier. Don Don was getting his Sunday morning started, hanging out with the people. So if you guys hear that static or whatever in the sound, just type in the chat mic. And the reason why I need you guys to do that is because then I'll know, like maybe I can pay attention. Am I leaning in too much? Am I yelling? Like what am I doing at that moment? What am I doing at that moment that's screwing it up? Okay. So I got a mic stand. So the mic is no longer sitting. It used to sit on the desk, and I think maybe it was too close. Somebody said something about my cords being too close together, and it literally was right next to a cord. So maybe it was too close to the cords. I adjusted the sound. You know, this is one of the more fancy mics. So I adjusted the sound. So I turned the sound down. It's not volume, it's called gain. I turned that down. So I'm playing around with some stuff, you guys. So again, let me know if you hear it. Say Mike. Just type in the chat Mike. And then I'll know, okay, what am I doing right now? Am I doing something, or is it just the system is totally screwed up? Okay. So I appreciate that, you guys. Thank you. So we're sort of testing a little bit today. You need one of these mugs? Thank you, Don. Don, can you do me a favor, please? It's in the description box where you can get the Really Be merch. If you could drop that in the chat for me, please. I have mugs that say ReallyBTV, and we also have the cups. Let me tell you something, y'all. I made me some tea last night, and baby, when I tell you that tea was hot all night, I kept going, thinking it had cooled off, and it was still hot. Okay, so yes, please drop that link, Don. It's in the description box. My little sister Danny, she makes these on her Etsy store. She has an Etsy store, so the link is going to be to her Etsy store, and she has a whole drop down for ReallyBTV merch. So we have mugs, there it is. Thank you, Don. There it is right there. So if you want the mug, there it is right there. I just have to get better about letting you guys know these things. All right. Don said it sounds good and clear to me. Thank you. I get so tired. Again, somebody said I sound irritated. I wasn't irritated, or I'm not irritated. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because I want to bring you guys great actually, you know what? Hold on. That's not the link. I gotta fix it. Don. The link is to dnj.crafting.corner and Gmail. Let me get you the link. Danny, are you here? Hold on. I'm gonna get you the link. Give me a second. I'm gonna give you the link directly to her Etsy store. Hold on. I need to update that in my description box because the candles are there too. I have ReallyBTV candles as well. Yeah, it's and again, it's frustrating because you think I don't want great quality? You think I hate hearing people in the comments say, I really like your content, but I just can't deal with that sound, or I'm really trying to support you, but that sound. And I listen back and I hear what you guys hear. I just didn't know what I was doing. So yeah, so this is not a new mic. This is the same mic I've had. I just got to stand for it. So instead of it sitting on the table, it's right here. But thank you guys. And listen, and I know that the comments are in love because you guys are not being nasty or rude. You guys are like, hey, I'm really trying to work with this. So I appreciate that. Okay. Let me get the link to Danny's Etsy store, and then we're going to go ahead and get into some things. We got some things to talk about today, you guys. And some of what we're going to talk about, y'all might not be happy about, but we got to do what we got to do, honey. We got to do what we got to do. Okay, here is Danny's link. You can email her at that email address. However, the easiest thing to do will be to just go straight to her Etsy store, and I'm getting ready to drop that in the chat right now. Oh, sorry about the snort. Ooh. Okay. There is the link. If you go directly to her Etsy store, you'll see a ReallyBTV drop-down menu, and that's where the mugs are, the cups, the tumblers. I think it's like, and they have white or black, and it's something else. Tumblers. Oh, and then we have the diffuser tumblers where, it has the diffuser where if you want to put fruit and stuff in there with your water. So we have the, hey, Jane, what's up, St. James? Thank you, St. James. Thank you so much. St. James, So again, listen, St. James be coming through in the clutch, y'all. I woke up this morning and y'all told y'all I started scrolling. And St. James, I saw it after, but for whatever reason, you were the first one that popped up. I saw your community wall. So we have to send a special rest in peace to Mr. Eric Mays. If you guys don't know who Eric Mays is, we're getting ready to look at a quick video of his his greatest hits, I guess. If you guys do not know who Eric Mays is a council member from Flint, Michigan, who went viral. I remember him from. I feel like everything goes back to the pandemic. I need a whole mother effing drink watching Wendy, but it felt wrong. You know, Mims, I'm going to talk about that in a second. I'm going to do my Eric Mays thing, and then I'm going to talk about the Wendy thing in a second. And that's why I said some of y'all might be disappointed in what I'm going to say, but we're going to get to Wendy in a second. But it's funny because a friend of mine who was from Flint, Michigan, his dad, Flint is not a big town. Like, I know Flint came to a lot of prominence with the whole water crisis situation, but Flint is like it's like a suburb like outside of Detroit. So my friend, he's a really good friend of mine, I met him in college. His dad is like, he's passed away now. It says Mike. Okay, you're saying Mike. So is it what's going on? Am I staticky? I got a little close to the mic. Maybe I was a little too close to the mic. Okay. Corinne said Mike. Maybe I got too close because I sort of leaned in. Is that what I did? Okay. I have to be careful. Okay. Thank you. See how I could figure out what I kind of did? I leaned in a little bit. Okay. So, thank you, Mims. Thank you, my love. So, me and him used to talk about Eric Mays, right? Because, like I said, his dad, who's passed away now, but his dad was like, he was one of those kind of dudes, right? Everybody knew him, right? Everybody knew his dad. And there was this spot that his dad used to hang out at. They used to call him the mayor because he was there at that spot. Oh, it's okay, Corinne. It's okay, baby. There was a spot where everybody hung out and they called his dad the mayor. And like even at his dad's funeral procession, they drove past this bar, right? So me and him and I was like, this when Eric Mays first went viral. And I was like, do you know him? And he was like, you know what? I don't know him, but he was at my dad's funeral. He was like, I don't really know him because he's been living he went to A&T and he's been living in North Carolina since he left for college. So he was like, I don't really know him. He was like, but that dude was at my dad's funeral. And he came to the repast and everybody knew him. And he came up to me and, gave his condolences and stuff like that. Not while she's live. She calls me love, but when she's offline, she curses me out. Really, we got a little Monique in her. Okay, well, if I have a little Monique in me, then how about I record our conversations and I drop them? How about that? How about I upload our private conversations? All right, you guys. So we're going to look at a little clip of Eric Mays' greatest hits. And again, rest in peace. If you don't know who he is, this is going to probably refresh you all's memory. If you don't know who he is, it's going to probably refresh your memory.
Yes, you do.
Thank you very much.
Are you okay, Miss Worthing? Are you okay? Miss Worthing, are you okay? Why are you asking me am I okay if you okay?
I mean, you're just sitting in your chair.
And you be eating food like we at McDonald's. You be listen.
Councilman Mays,
don't you interrupt me when I start talking. So don't. And how many?
But I am going to finish saying this.
Well, go ahead. Out of order. Now say another word. You put your finger up here. Get out of here. You out of here. Go. You won't give me or nobody else the finger sitting at this table. You're out of here. You're out of here. I wanted to keep giving people fingers. You're out of here.
Mr. Mays,
I'm sorry.
you are out of order,
Okay,
and I'm
I'm
giving
sorry.
you your warning.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Disorderly.
I'm sorry.
I rule you out of order, and I ask that you would be dismissed from this meeting.
Nope. When they go low, I go lower. Who you lecturing and talking to? That ain't your job to talk down to me, ma'am. I'm full grown. Now I'm ruling you out of order, and I'm giving you your first warning. Don't you ever talk to me. Just ask me what my point of information is. You sound like a fool.
You are out of order.
You doggone right I am.
The fact is, if you can just sit your tail down in the seat, then you'll know what's going on in the meeting.
I ain't got no tail, girl.
Councilman Mays, please refrain from your profanity.
Hell yeah.
Point of order.
Point of order. We'll take a 5-minute recess. Well, then y'all better focus. Because who cut? I want order.
I said point of information.
What is your point of information? Who give you the right to talk nasty and don't get talk nasty back? Your little nasty butt. Yeah, I give her permission to go to the top of the Mackinac Bridge and do a 3-time somersault. I give her permission to go to the roof of City Hall and do a double flip belly flop.
Mr.
All
President,
decisions.
why is he still talking?
Because I got
Why
a
is
mouth.
he still
Why aren't
talking?
you still talking?
Y'all, like I said, listen, he is hilarious, and he passed away at the age of 65. They're not disclosing the cause of death at this time. The family isn't. But listen, if you go to TikTok and just type in Eric Mays, listen. And the funny thing was, I saw an interview with him when he did an interview on Ricky Smiley, and he worked at the plant, the car, he worked at one of the plants for the majority of his life, and then he joined the city council, Flint City Council, I think in 2013. But he said that because of his time with the union, he knew Robert's Rules of Order so well that it would frustrate them when he would always, call to order certain things, and he would say, no, we're not following proper procedure, and they would get so frustrated with him. And of course, he absolutely represented, one of the poorest areas of Flint. And so, he was like, I'm not going to allow them to just be rude and disregard and treat me crazy. So, he was brash, but loved him. I loved him. Okay. That's not William McCrae's cousin. Imagine if Eric Mays, William McCrae, and Holla, the cursing grandma, did a Hot Topics panel. Child, we wouldn't be able to hear it. It would be too much cussing and yelling. We wouldn't hear nothing but they said. We'd hear the first word and the last word. We wouldn't hear nothing in between. We would hear the first word and the last word. Tracy said it's the double flip belly for me. Listen. He said she can do a double. Okay? He don't care. All right, y'all, let's get into this Wendy Williams situation. I know I made a promise to you guys. Me too, Mims. It would definitely be must see TV. You're right. I wouldn't miss an episode. I know I made a promise to you guys, and y'all know that I hate breaking promises to you guys. I didn't mean to say love. I meant to say hate. I hate breaking promises to you guys. But I'm going to have to break this promise. I told you guys that we were going to review the Wendy documentary. We're not. Hold on a second, y'all. My bad. I hate this. Hold on. Give me a quick second here. Sorry about that. Really be hates breaking promises to the tribe. She don't care about me and Mims. Listen, y'all, Mims did a review last night. Y'all go check out Mims's review. Other content creators are gonna talk about it. I probably watched the first 30 minutes, 30 to 35 minutes, and first of all, I know this is being executive produced by Wendy, but I really want to know whose idea this was. I saw when Mims made a comment that Will is the problem. Will is her new manager, and we've talked about Will before. We talked about the fact that I want to say it was Kevin, but don't quote me on that. Some people said that her new manager is part of the problem. That her new manager, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I can't say whether it is or isn't, but whoever thought this documentary was a good idea is part of the problem. First of all, and mind you, I only saw the first 35 minutes. First of all, the first like 10 minutes, Wendy is clearly not herself. She was getting ready to flash the cameraman. She's got on, it looked like lingerie. I don't know what the eye bug thing is. Is that a condition of what she, I mean, is that a side effect of what she has going on? Because her eyes are just this bug out. It's just, and I mean, we've seen it for a while, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know if that's a side effect of what she has going on with her different neurological issue or something. I'm not sure. So like 2 weeks after they started the documentary, she checks into the wellness center for alcohol abuse. So my thing is, and she said Will did it. So my thing is, if you had the presence of mind to check, it's from the Graves' disease. Okay, thank you. If you had the presence of mind to check her into a alcohol rehab facility 2 weeks after they started filming, why did you allow them to start filming her? So then she comes back after she leaves the wellness center, and you could tell she looks so much better. She looks so much better. I mean, just her physical, you can tell she looks better. But she still doesn't sound much better. I did not watch more than, honestly, I really only watched about 35 to 40. I don't even think it was 40 minutes. But I watched a little bit of it. I can't, y'all. I really can't. I can't sit through it because it's just, to me, it's just so many things wrong with this. It's so many things wrong with this. I honestly, I just don't know. Like, she's talking about her podcast. She doesn't even understand how podcasting works. She doesn't understand what it's going to look like. She doesn't understand what it is. She talks about the condition of her feet, and what that is, and how she's lost feeling in her feet. And it looks like she probably can only wear those boots. Like, her feet are so swollen. Like, she's no way she could ever get into like heels or anything. And she said there's really nothing they can do. There's no cure. I just don't understand who thought this was a good idea. She's not supposed to be walking. Yeah, she said that. She said she's supposed to be in a wheelchair. I watched more than I did. You watched more than I did. Bruce Willis's family would never. You're right. Bruce Willis's family would never. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Part of the reason I sort of knew before I watched it or started watching it how bad it was. You know what I mean? Like, I saw the clips and I saw the family, and I'm gonna be honest with you, at this point, I don't even know who's right or who's wrong. Like, I don't even know. The only reason why I wanted to watch it is because I said, well, maybe this will give me some perspective on who's right and who's wrong. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no perspective. I have no perspective on who's right and who's wrong. You know, is it her family? Does her family have her best interest? Does her son have his like the guardians? Like, I honestly don't know. What I do know though is whoever is making decisions for Wendy Williams is doing her a disservice. I know that the Guardian filed paperwork earlier this week to try to stop this. Now I don't know why they waited so long. Like, the trailer dropped 3 weeks ago. So I'm not sure what took you so long to file something, or what exactly you filed. Phil, hold on. An investigation needs to occur immediately. I agree. Like, who is in charge? You know, and everybody wants a piece. And I don't know if everybody wants a piece because they want a piece of the money, or they want a piece because they care about, like, I don't know. It's to watch, and I just can't be a party to it. And I'm not saying it like I'm ooh. No, it was just really hard for me to watch. And it's 2 hours long, last night's episode, and then next week is 2 hours, and I just don't know if I can do it, you guys. So I'm not saying that I won't talk about some stuff, and I don't know, but I know right now I can't. I just couldn't finish watching it. And it was hard to watch. You know, I was never a big Wendy fan. It just wasn't my cup of tea. You know, Wendy just never really did it for me. And like I told you guys, I remember Wendy from her radio days. Okay, Phil. I remember Wendy from her radio days. So I remember Wendy Williams way back. And again, before blogs and all that other stuff, everybody who was around remembers the Whitney Houston interview debacle. I mean, we all remember that. So Wendy approved the documentary, but did Wendy really approve the documentary? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're watching that, Wendy clearly doesn't understand stuff. Like, everything she says, she defers to Will. When they're asking her questions, she's like, well, I think so. Is that right, Will? Isn't that what we're doing, Will? Will, is that what it is, Will? So, I mean, yeah, she participated in the documentary, but I'm just wondering how much is Wendy, like, I see what you're saying, Wendy approved it, but did she? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, she may have signed off, and yes, she's an executive producer, but would the Wendy of 5 years ago agree to this? Like, you can clearly see, like, when they asked her about a podcast, you mean to tell me Wendy Williams don't know what a podcast and understand how a podcast works? She doesn't, like, that's clearly not someone that is working with their full faculties. It's just not. Before social media existed, why is she able to make decisions of that sort yet not be able to control her finances? So that's two. You mean make decision of what, about doing a documentary, but yet can't be in control? That's two different things. Her being able to control her finances doesn't have anything to do with her being able to make business decisions. That's two different things. So we did a video on this. I did with Girl Is That Legal. She was able to pulled the documents, and we went on. I tried to find that video. I don't know if I have it labeled something different or if it's just gone. I don't know. I can't find it. Or maybe we were on her channel, because I used to be on her channel. So I don't know. But I can't find it. But we did a video where we talked about what really happened with Wendy. And to make a long story short, because I don't remember all of the details, Wendy and her finances, it came down to the banker. From my understanding, it started because Kevin was trying to get money out of Wendy's accounts. The banker knew that Kevin wasn't supposed to have access to Wendy's money. And that's where it started. I do not know all of the details that led to it, but I know that's where it started. Well, I'm not gonna say I know. Allegedly, that's where it started. Again, when you have the kind of money that Wendy has in a bank, you have a personal banker. You don't just go to the teller and just deal with whoever is. You have somebody that you can talk to personally that knows you, right? They know you. They know your money. They know what comes in and what goes out. This wouldn't have happened just because Wendy decided to go to Louis Vuitton and blow a stack. That's not how that works. This wouldn't have happened because Wendy decided to write a check for too much money. Though what happened, something was alerted. And now that in hindsight, seeing what I see now, I understand why a banker might say, yes, something here. So Wendy's personal banker alerted their boss, something here isn't right. And that is where it continued to escalate to where we are. When Wendy says, well, if it could happen to me, it can happen to anybody. Yeah, she's right. Because the banks have a fiduciary responsibility to you, just like it's no different than there's a weird charge that comes through on your account and they freeze up your account. They decline your credit card, they cancel your credit card. Yeah, it might really be you in the Dominican Republic buying 10 pairs of shoes. It might be you. But because you didn't tell the bank you was on your way to the Dominican Republic and you are now spending a couple of $100s in the Dominican Republic, the bank has a right to say, oh no, this don't right. It's the same concept, just on a higher level. You know, instead of hundreds, we're talking millions. So that's my understanding of how this whole thing got started. Why it continued to escalate to the point where she has a guardian, I don't know all those details. I mean, I'm not sure what I was told are the details. I understand it's two different things. Just in general, why should she make business decisions also? I don't know. Because, I mean, again, somebody would have to take her to court and find her incompetent. A family member or somebody would have to take her to court. Her money is separate. The bank can't take control of everything. They can only take control of the finances. Will was her jeweler. Now he's her manager. Yeah. And what I'm confused about is she can't get her own money. How is Will getting money out to say on camera she has $15,000 in her house? He's a scammer. Well, so I didn't watch the whole thing, so I don't know that. But again, remember, it's not that Wendy can't get money to pay her bills. Wendy can get money to the guardian is supposed to. So the way it was explained to me that the financial guardian works, Wendy would have had to submit her paperwork to show what her bills are, her mortgages, her car notes, utility bills, credit card bills, whatever. The guardian is supposed to take care of her financial responsibilities. There is just a limit on the amount of money Wendy has access to. She has an allowance. She's allowed an allowance. So it's not that Wendy doesn't have any money or have access to any. Well, now that she has a guardian, at first everything was just frozen. But once they went to court and they put a guardian in place, that is the guardian's job, is to make sure that her bills are paid on time and she gets an allowance. So her allowance might be $10,000 a month. That might seem like a lot to all of us, but if Wendy was used to going to Louis Vuitton and spending $10,000, it ain't, you know, so. So yeah, so anyway, as far as the business piece of it, I mean, I guess she's still allowed to make business decisions, which again, I question all of it. I just question all of it. And like I said, for me, I'm just done. I mean, I'm not done with it, but I just, yeah. This documentary has just opened up a can of worms for all of these people. Yeah. So let me get through the rest of these stories and then I'll drop the link for a little while. I know Phil said, and I know Phil is in that field, so he may be able to lend some point of view, some perspective on what's going on with Wendy, because Phil is in that he's in that field. That's what he does. So I'll drop the link for a few minutes, but let me get through the rest of these topics. I don't have a lot to talk about, but let's get through the rest of these. But I just want to let you guys know, don't be waiting for a Wendy video because it's not coming. All right. Real Housewives of Atlanta. I talked a little bit yesterday about the rumored cast for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I did want to say a few things that I don't think I got it because I was rushing and I didn't get a chance to really go dig deep into. Hold on. Okay. I'm sorry, I was reading something. So, first of all, Marlo releases this statement about how taking this break from the Real Housewives of Atlanta is a good thing, that she wants to focus on her future endeavors and not have to relive her past. And I just thought that was so interesting that she would talk about not having to relive past when literally your whole storyline last season was bringing up an incident that happened 3 years ago with Candy. Your whole storyline was about Candy not being a good employer to your nephew, not being a good friend to you, over your nephew passing away 3 years ago. And again, no disrespect to Marlo's nephew passing away, but that was literally your storyline last season. So I find it interesting that you're like, oh, well, this will give me a chance to not have to relive all of the horrible things that in my past. When, girl, that was your storyline. I understand that, Katrina. Katrina said, I think she's tired of people bringing up her money and how she's getting it. Fine, that's great. But what I'm saying is for you to say, this will be an opportunity for you to live in the present and not go relive the past when, like I said, your whole storyline was the past. That's all I'm saying. Now, the other thing I want to bring to y'all is this, and y'all mark it, Tracy, write down the timestamp. What's today's date? February, what are we on? February the what? February the 25th. What's the timestamp? Let's get to the timestamp. On February the 25th, I am telling you now, Porsha and Shamia's relationship will end this season. Will they make up? Maybe. Will they find a way to reconcile? Possibly. But will Porsha and Shamia fall out during the filming of this season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta? Yes. Timestamp it. Timestamp it. And let me tell you why. First of all, first of all, Shamia and Porsha are friends in real life. Right. Oh, Phil agrees with me. Yes. You really need to stamp it then. Porsha and Shamia are friends in real life, right? But Porsha is going through this marriage situation. And I don't think it's a fake storyline. I don't think it's a play. I really think it's real. I really think Porsha and Simon. Now, do I think Porsha and Simon will reconcile? Uh-huh. I do. I think they're gonna get back together. I'm gonna be honest with you, I do. But do I think it's a real separation? Do I think they're really going through some shit right now? I do. I think they really are going through some stuff. But I think they're filing for divorce. Unless Porsha knows more than what we know, which she may very well know. Unless Porsha knows more than what we know, I really do think it was a knee-jerk reaction to everything that's going on. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Um, but because they're friends in real life, I think the season is going to start with everybody having a lot of sympathy for Porsha. But I think as the season goes on, I think things that Shamia knows about Porsha, their real life relationship, I think is going to be a problem. Also, Porsha is coming back, like she is coming back as the queen of Atlanta, and Porsha is not going to want to share that spotlight. But the reality is, a lot of people do like Shamia. A lot of people do like Shamia, and they've been just like with Marlo. A lot of people have been wanting to see Shamia on the show more regularly. Not, I'm not saying y'all. I don't know if you all, but a lot of people. Shamia does have a fan base. Um, I think Shamia and Kenya are going to link up. I'm just saying. So that's my prediction. I think it's gonna be a good season. That's why we needed Marlo for the mess. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. As much as Marlo irritated my soul last season, I would have been okay with them bringing Marlo back this season based on the configuration of the cast, based on Porsha coming back, Candy leaving, Drew staying, Sheree being demoted. Like based on the other moves they made, I would have been okay with Marlo staying. I'm be honest with you. I would have definitely been okay with it. And I'll be honest, they may have offered Marlo a demotion, and she may said, "Look, I'm not going back to being a friend of the show," and I don't blame her for that either. Like once you get promoted, who wants to be demoted again? So that's my prediction. So I like I said, I didn't get a chance to say those things last night. So what else we have? Now, while this is going on, Porsha and Simon have both sort of broken their silence. Now, in my opinion, they ain't really break no damn silence, but both of them sort of came forward. Now, Porsha posted, "Thank you for all the love and support, yada yada yada." And that daggone Simon said, "I'm gonna love my wife until the divorce is final." What kind of shit is that? So the day you sign the paperwork, the love end, you just gonna flip the switch? I'm gonna love my wife until the divorce is final? I remember watching an interview. I think it was remember I told you guys I used to love Intimate Portrait on Lifetime, right? And I remember watching an interview with Patti LaBelle, and Patti LaBelle was her Intimate Portrait, and she was talking about her and her husband, getting divorced. And at one point in time, her husband was her manager, and she was. And it's funny because her and her husband, like to this day, her ex-husband, I should say, to this day, he literally lives like down the street from her. They're still really good friends. And I remember in his interview for the show, this man said, I will never forget, this man said, "I will love Patti LaBelle until 5 years after she's gone, dead and buried." That man said, if I outlive her, I will love her till after she gone. I ain't never gonna love nobody like I love me some Patty. That's what that man said. See, that is the kind of love I need to hear. This man said, "I'm gonna love my wife." Mike, okay. See, I leaned in. I got too close. Okay, I leaned in. He said, "I'm gonna love her till the divorce is final." I said, "What kind of shit? Till the divorce is final?" Till the divorce is final. That's how he gonna love her. Okay. Somebody asked him, "Am I gonna review Mia Copa?" I'm not. I'm probably not even gonna watch it. I heard it's bad. Who looked at Mia Copa, Kelly Rowland's movie on Netflix from top? I don't know if it was produced, directed, whatever. Who watched it? I watched it. I'm gonna tell you now. So if you wait for a review for me, it's not coming, boo. I'm sorry. Please watch it. It's going to make you want to take a painting class. All right. It's not bad acting. It's the writing. I watched it. I hated it. I heard it was bad. It's not too bad. R&B Diva said I watched it and liked it. Liked it. Okay, I see a couple of people that said they liked it. Should have been on Tubi. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, you guys, I'm probably not gonna watch it, and if I do watch it, it's not gonna be anytime soon. You know what I mean? So it didn't. Listen, I like Kelly. I'm happy to see she's getting, you know, these opportunities, but honestly, I have no interest in watching anything Tyler Perry made. Sorry. Lord, not the wigs, but how the wig. Kelly, you don't even need to use his wigs. How Kelly wigs was bad? Oh Lord, I liked it, but not my favorite. Okay. Xavier said, "I'm confused on what people thought Mia Culpa was going to be. It's an exotic, excuse me, erotic thriller. You have to put it on the level." Twa was good though. Shoot, Twa used to be my shit back in the day. Shoot, Twa was that shit. Now, if I go back and watch it now, I probably would feel differently. But baby, Twa was my movie, y'all. Ooh, I said, love me some Twa. It wasn't like 2 sequels. It was like 2 sequels to Twa. I love Twa. Who else remember Twa? The last Tyler movie I watched was The Jazz Man. That was good. Twa is a hood classic. But again, it might be one of those things that if I go back and watch it now, I'll be like, what in the hell? But at the time, girl, not girl, but you know what I'm saying. At the time, though, Twa used to be my she's naive in my scrappy voice. My she's naive. You still have the DVD. Me too, R&D. I still had the DVDs too. The painting scene was hot, but the movie made no sense. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's get into some other things. We got a couple other things to get into, and then I'll drop the link. Well, let's stay with Bravo before we move on to the last couple of stories. So the season finale of Married to Medicine is tonight, and a clip has been, a clip from the show has been going around. It shows, for whatever reason, Dr. Heavenly getting on the mic at this medical gala, this gala for doctors. I'm not sure all the pretense. We'll find out tonight on the episode. And for whatever reason, Dr. Heavenly felt it was appropriate for her to get on the mic and make the announcement that Toya did not donate anything. Now, I don't know the full context, and Dr. Heavenly said that when you episode, you understand why she did it. I personally don't feel like I'm going to understand why she did it. I personally am going to feel like that was unnecessary and Dr. Heavenly was being Dr. Heavenly. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. We will wait and see. Now, with that, some tweets started. I call it Twitter. I ain't calling it X. But with that being said, some tweets started flying back and forth. So we have Sweet Tea and Dr. Heavenly going back and forth. So Sweet Tea posted, I'm going to read, hold on, let me get to these tweets, honey. Sweet Tea said, well, somebody posted, now how does Sweet Tea know? Okay, wait a minute. Sweet Tea wrote, it was tacky and ghetto to announce that at a medical gala. This is why she isn't respected in the medical community. I had secondhand embarrassment from the dentist, the menace. That was funny. Okay. So then somebody wrote, how does Sweet Tea know that Dr. Heavenly isn't respected in the medical community when you just got there? Mind you, Sweet Tea did attend a Dr. Heavenly university, so you must have some respect. Hashtag Married to Medicine. So then Dr. Heavenly responded, Dr. G is not, capital N-O-T, respected in the community, and that's real talk. Hashtag abuser, hashtag controlling, hashtag pedo, hashtag team daddy, hashtag married to medicine. So she then took the pedo out and replaced, she deleted that, and then she changed that hashtag from pedo to hashtag pinky size. Then Dr. Heavenly says, man, F Sweet Tea. She doesn't have anything to come for, but her man does. Leave me alone or I will let have. So then Dr. Heavenly, so then Sweet Tea comes back and basically says well, Dr. Heavenly, you know, you was begging me to be on the show. And she releases text messages, conversations between her and Dr. Heavenly, where basically Dr. Heavenly is talking to her about getting on the show and how it's going to be a great season and how excited she is for her to come, and telling her that she needs to get somebody, you know, a good makeup artist, you know, like giving her some tips or whatever. Here's what I'm going to say about the situation. And y'all know I do like Dr. Heavenly, but let me say this. Here's my problem. My problem is now all of a sudden, Dr. Gregory, first of all, I think it is very reckless for you to put hashtag pedo. I think that's very reckless because now we're getting into something way, way, way more salacious. Now, she came back later and said that what she meant was because he was so much older than her, she was addressing the age difference, talking about how old he was when Sweet Tea was born. But again, I think that is reckless because them having a big age difference has nothing to do with him getting into criminal activities as it relates to little children. I think that is very reckless for you to say, Dr. Heavenly. And to be honest with you, because he is a doctor and there is a reputation involved, that is something that could get you in some serious, serious trouble. I know if it were me and if that were my husband, I would be like, we need to call our attorney on Monday morning and see what is covered and what isn't covered. Because that's a serious accusation to throw out. Number two, I find it very interesting that now all of a sudden you're jumping on the Gregory as an abuser train when everybody was coming at you guys about why would you bring Gregory back on the show with the accusations against him, with the things that Quad said. And yeah, I was defending it. Dr. Heavenly, you were defending it. And we even looked at the clip earlier, going back to the reunion, when they talked about the abuse, and Dr. Heavenly was one of the people that was like, well, that's not what he said. He didn't say that they were abusing. But now all of a sudden, because you're not rocking with him and his wife, now all of a sudden he's an abuser. And I was like, that goes back to, are you and Quad really friends? Because there's nowhere in the world that I would support bringing this man on the show, knowing, because clearly you didn't use it, Mike 1227. Okay, 1227. What's going on with the mic, y'all? Because I didn't do anything that time. I don't think I leaned in too close. Thank you, Natalie. Tell me what's going on with the mic, you guys. So, okay, y'all, both of y'all. Okay, some people are saying, Mike, what's going on with the mic? It's going in and out. All right. I don't know what else to do other than buy a new mic, but this mic isn't that old. Like, literally, this mic is not that old. It's static. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know what to do. It's breaking up, lots of static. I'm literally not moving. I have no idea what to do. I don't think it's your mic. I think it's your internet. But I don't know what to do about the internet. What can I do about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've upgraded my internet. I don't know what else to do. I've done all of the things with the internet. It's dragging my voice. I think it's your Wi-Fi. Sounds like you're a DJ whenever they scratch it. Oh my gosh. It's not your mic. When y'all saying it's not my mic, it's the internet. But I don't know what else to do about that. I've upgraded my internet. Only thing I can get them to do is bring me a new router. But I've put what's some things called a booster? I got a booster for my internet. I've upgraded. Am I near the router? No, I'm not near the router. Sounds like the mic is working. Yeah, I got an extender. So I got an extender. I upgraded my internet. Changed my internet back to what it was then. What do you mean? Why would I change it back? I don't understand what you're saying. It's the same room. I haven't moved rooms in 5 years. The booster is nearby. The booster is right there, but the router is downstairs. All right. Well, we'll keep trying to figure it out. So it's not the microphone. Y'all are saying it's not the microphone. Well, we'll keep trying to figure it out. Really be keep issues that deep. We all have these issues. Don't matter really be. I'm coming to the meeting regardless. Thank you, T. Jones. Okay, well, let's go. Well, I appreciate you guys telling me. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm not going to change internets because the internet I had before, I have Verizon now. I had before that, I had Xfinity, and Xfinity kept having outages. So I'm not going back to Xfinity. The internet just kept, like, literally the internet would just go down. And yeah, I'm not doing that. So I'm staying with Xfinity. What I will do is call them to bring me a new router. Maybe I need a new router. I will call them to bring me a new, and I actually meant to do that. I meant to get a new router. So okay, all right. Okay. Okay. Florida Bird. Hold on. Let's take a pause. Give me a second. It's not the internet. It's the mic. Is the mic plugged directly into your computer with a USB? Yes. The mic is plugged directly into my computer. Yes. Maybe it's the router. My router is not older than 5 years. I got this router during the pandemic because, like I said, the internet I had kept going out. So I got this during the pandemic. So no, the router is not older than 5 years. No, I did not have this mic when I was at my niece's house. It's not the mic. The issue was before the mic. Well, how long has it been going on and y'all didn't tell me? How could it be before the mic? I've had this mic. What are y'all talking about? Invest in a Verizon hotspot. Okay. All right, let's keep going. I mean, I told y'all to let me know because I want to know what's going on. I have no idea because, like I said, I wasn't doing anything. Okay. Moving on. It's been going on for a while. I thought you knew. Well, there's been a lot of stuff going on. Like I had the delays. I knew that was the internet. But once I fixed the internet stuff, y'all kept saying that it was a sound issue. Because I've upgraded the internet has been a lot better. Anyway, moving on. You need a USB port extender. Do not plug directly into the computer. Well, I have an extender. That's just one of the things that is plugged into the computer. I do have an extender. All right, I'll try that. Okay. All right. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry about that. I just like I said, I just want to fix whatever the issues are. All right. What am I talking about? Oh, Dr. Heavenly, child, Dr. Heavenly. So honestly, I just feel like Dr. Heavenly, you really put this job in Married to Medicine in front of your friend, who you claim is your friend, right? You claim that Quad is a friend of yours, but how could you want to bring Quad on the show? How could you want to bring Quad? I mean, not Quad on the show. How could you want to bring Gregory on the show, knowing or at least believing that he was a horrible person? Okay. Anyway, moving on. I don't even know what that is, Jay. A direct mic and interface. I don't know what that is. Y'all are, yeah, I don't know what a direct mic interface is. I don't know what that means. Okay. So let's get into this Christian Wood situation. So I was scrolling through the internet yesterday and I saw this situation with Christian Wood, who was a player for the LA Lakers, right? So Christian Wood showed up down to his baby mama's house to get his son. He showed up down to his baby mama's house to get his son. The person who was at the house, who was allegedly watching his son, was like, hell no, you can't come in here. Why would I let you in? Get away from here. And she videotaped him being very irate. He had a shovel in his hand. She claimed that he threatened her with the shovel. She claimed that, she's going to basically call the people on him, right? Call the people on him. Hold on. Give me a second. Now, of course, this person just happens to also be on baddies or something like that. I said, it's always got to be some bullshit, honey. The person allegedly is on baddies or whatever. Hold on. Let me get to it. So Christian Wood's sister says he was attempting. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go back. That's not the first one I want to go to. Here it is right here. T from Baddies East calls out LA Lakers player Christian Wood for allegedly threatening to beat her with a shovel after he popped up at her house to get his son. He shares with model Yasmin Lopez. T says she agreed to babysit the baby, but he wasn't there at the time of the dispute. This man is dangerous and not fit to be a father, right? So this is what she posts on social media. She says, my friend wanted to go to dinner, so I babysit her son. All of a sudden, this man shows up at my house telling me to give him his son. I never met this man a day in my life. If fumble a family and fumble a contract was a person, I would never give my friend's son to somebody I don't know at 5 a.m. in the morning, especially if they're having a dispute. You got a problem, call the police. And that's exactly what he did. And then threatened my life after the police showed his son safe and sound with his baby mama. Came to the door with the shovel, ready to beat my head in. So he said, thank God the baby wasn't there. This man is dangerous and not fit to be a father. Then she says, I will see you in court. Now, I don't know what you're going to see him in court, but okay. So she posted the video of him. So then these are these text messages she posted. He says, it says, should I have her mom call you? Give me my son. No, she's not. I really don't want to get more police involved. So then she said, I don't even know her baby daddy. I'm not giving her kid to somebody I don't know. So then Christian Wood, look up. I'm here outside. Give me my son. All right, call the police. Good night. Then it says, I'm having her mom call you and I'm calling the police. On my life, I'm really trying to help you. I'm the legal guardian of that child. Yaz is in jail. If you refuse to give me my son, they will say it's kidnapping. I hope he's strapped. I don't know what that means. I hope he's strapped. I'm going to see you around. I know who you are. You should have stayed out of it. So then she responded, you may see me around, but you won't see them around because they leaving out of town. Thanks for all those threats, though, Laker. I'm going to send this to Jeannie Buss. My team will be in touch. Child, you're going to send it to the owner of the Lakers. So it seemed like the way she tried to make it seem like was that this man just showed up out of nowhere in the middle of the night, 5 o'clock in the morning, to get his son. She was like, I agreed to babysit, but I don't even know who the baby daddy is. So what's crazy to me is you didn't know who the father was. I don't believe that. If this was such a good friend of yours that she would trust you with her child, you don't know who the baby daddy is, especially somebody like this. He's a LA Laker. You don't know who the baby daddy is, girl? I don't believe you. Then in the text messages, he even says, listen, I will have her mother call you to verify who I am. I will have her mother call you to verify who I am. He says, listen, I am the child's legal guardian. His mother is in jail. I am here to pick my baby up. Now, I understand not just handing the baby over to just any random person that knocks on your door. I get that. I 100% understand that. But it sounds like he was trying to get her the information she needed. He said, I will get her mother, not me, not my mother. I will get her mother to call you and verify who I am and that I have a right to my child. Okay. Now, that was the first thing that came out. So then Christian Wood's sister said he was attempting to get his son from T because the Yasmin had got arrested for vandalizing Christian's car and his property, and he didn't want CPS to get involved. Also claims that T lied about being threatened. So the sister says, I'm with my brother, Christian Wood. and been with him the entire night. This is a lie. Yasmin popped up at my brother's home with 3 girls, hopped the fence, vandalized his cars and home, and the neighbors called the police. She was arrested, and the cops told my brother that CPS would get involved and to go get his son. Yasmin's friend gave Christian the address to his son and was told T has him. Me and Christian went to the baby, and I told my brother to call the cops so they can dispute the situation and safely give the child to him. When the cops arrived, hold on, let me finish reading. Get the baby. Okay. To call the cops so they get to the baby. Okay. When the cops arrived, Yaz was out of jail. The cops advised her to let him see his son. T snuck out the back door at 4 a.m. with the baby to Yasmin's house. We left to go to Yasmin's house peacefully. The shovel was against the sliding door. My brother grabbed it to move it. Not once did he threaten her, hit her, or attack in any way. T ran out of Yasmin's house and then called the cops and lied and said we had a GUN. What I won't do is let anyone lie and assassinate my brother's character and post different stories of the story. He did nothing wrong but tried to locate and get his son before CPS got involved. This is sick and disgusting. I was with him the entire time. Now that story now things are starting to make a little bit more sense. So then video was actually posted of the girl, Yasmin, and her friends jumping this man's fence, climbing into his yard, and vandalizing his car. That is his car. You see what they heat up the car? So now the story is starting to make sense. The video, so it says, video footage shows Yasmin Lopez jumping over Christian Wood's fence and vandalizing his car. Police arrested Yasmin after finding his license plate in her car during a search. Girl, why you take that man's license plate? Why would you take the license? Why would you take the damn license plate? What is wrong with y'all? Why would you take the license plate? Girl, you done tore that man car up. You done tore that man car up, and now the license plate. I mean, it don't matter. They had you on camera jumping the damn fence, but still. So here is the thing. I absolutely believe Miss, what's her name? T. I absolutely believe T that you knew exactly what Yaz and the crew was going to go do. You said that she wanted to go out to dinner. No, you knew what the deal was. She said, hold this baby while we go F some things up. You knew what the deal was. You are not innocent. You knew exactly what the situation was. You knew that that girl was on her way to go tear that man's stuff up. And you knew who he was. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me you didn't know who her baby daddy was. If she trusted you enough to watch her child, you knew who the hell the daddy was. And when that man came knocking on the door to come and get his child, now, I'm not saying you should have gave him the child because you ain't know the whole situation, okay? I'm not saying you should have gave him this child, but you turned this into something it wasn't. You tried to make this into something it wasn't. Now, I ain't saying, listen, if it was me, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I probably wouldn't have gave the child either. If the mama left the baby with me, I'm not giving that baby back to nobody but the mama. So I ain't mad at you for not giving that baby back. But for you to try to turn this into a whole situation, then you talking about some my attorneys were being touched. You trying to turn this into a whole lick, and it ain't no lick to be given. It ain't no lick to be given, ma'am. You knew who that man was knocking at your door, and you probably knew why he was there. Because you knew your homegirl and her and your little cronies, y'all probably had to play rock, paper, scissors to see who was going to stay with the baby. Because all of y'all was probably in on it. Y'all all was sitting there going, man, probably was drinking a little bit. Probably was drinking a little bit. doing a little something, something, and y'all probably was like rock, paper, scissors. And you probably lost. That's why you had to stay home and take care of the baby while the rest of them went over climbing walls and shit in the middle of the night, tearing people's stuff up. You knew why that man was knocking at your door at 4:00 in the damn morning. Now, I don't know who's telling the truth about the shovel, but I ain't even, listen, I wouldn't even be mad at him if he did pick up that shovel and threaten you with it. You know why I wouldn't be mad about that? Because again, it's the middle of the night. This lady then came through his house with her friends and tore his shit up. And the police said, listen, CPS is going to be called. So you need to go get your son so you can keep CPS out your business. I understand him being desperate. So I ain't even mad at him if he did pick up that shovel. I'm not even mad at him if he picked up that shovel and he said, if you don't tap that shovel with the wall, I ain't mad at him. He came to get his damn son. And he know you knew what was up. See, that's the thing. He know you knew what was going on. He know you knew. Exactly, son. You know who, especially when he's a celebrity. Like, it'd be different if he was some bum that you met. It was a one night stand down to the club and you ain't seen him since. You might not know who the baby daddy is. But if you have a friend and they baby daddy play for the damn Los Angeles Lakers, you know good and damn well you know who the baby daddy is. Stop playing with me. Stop playing. You knew who that man was knocking at your damn door at 4:00 in the morning. Now, he said that he had custody. And again, like I said, I'm not mad at her. Excuse me. I'm not mad at her for not giving that baby up because I'm not doing that either. I'm giving the baby to the person that gave me the baby unless the police come to my door themselves. The police would have had to knock on the door themselves and say, ma'am, you know, there's a situation going on and we need that baby. Then I'm going to hand the baby to the popo. But I'm not giving nobody's child to somebody that didn't give it to me. Now that I ain't mad at her about. I 100% understand her saying I am not giving this baby to somebody I don't know. I ain't mad about that. I ain't mad about that. But what I'm mad about is you trying to turn it into something it's not. I don't even know this man. You knew who the hell he was. Anyway, moving on. Let's get into this Adrien Peterson situation. For those who don't know who Adrien Peterson is is a former star in the NFL. Now, I want to get into this story about Adrien Peterson because, once again, it is a story. It is a story about how somebody loses all of their damn money. Now, I know that a lot of y'all are big football people, but y'all understand Adrien Peterson played for multiple teams in the NFL. Probably his most successful years, he played for the Minnesota Vikings. In his career, he made well over $100 million. Exactly, Tracy. I returned minor to the person that gave me the minor. Like I said, the police would have had to knock at my door. Now, last week, the story hit. Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Where his memorabilia is being sold. And he said that he is threatening legal action because it is being sold without his permission. So as I dig deeper, because I'm like, well, how can somebody sell your shit without your permission? I remember O.J. Simpson went through something similar to this. I said, well, how can somebody just have your memorabilia and just sell it? So let's go through this story because it's very interesting, okay? NFL legend Adrien Peterson says that he has not fallen on hard times and that some of his football trophies have been auctioned off by mistake. A number of Peterson's awards, including his 2007 Rookie of the Year trophy and his 2012 MVP trophy, went up for auction this week, and there is speculation that the former running back could be broke despite having made $100 million in salary during his NFL career. So that's just salary. That doesn't include any endorsements. That doesn't include anything outside of that. Is just how much he made from the NFL. Okay. In a video on Instagram, Peterson said that the company he had contracted to clear out his storage units put the items up for sale in violation of his instructions. Okay. I want to clarify recent rumors and media reports, Peterson said. An estate sale company without my authorization included some of my trophies in a sale, despite clear instructions to leave personal items untouched. I did not authorize the sale of my trophies, and I will be taking legal action. Peterson told TMZ they have made numerous inquiries to the company in question, Tex-Mex, auctions about resolving the issue, but have not gotten a response. Trusting this company without supervision was my mistake. I allowed them to go into several of our storage units with clear instructions. They clearly did something unlawful. I want to emphasize that I am financially stable and would never sell off my hard-earned trophies. And if I was going to sell them, I know people that I can sell them to. I wouldn't go online and sell my personal items. So let that sink in. Now, let's dig a little deeper. And that was his response. But let's dig a little deeper. See, people don't want to tell you what's really good. People don't want to tell you the whole story. Hold on. Let me get to the other story. Yeah, the internet is moving slow, y'all. Now let's read this article. Former NFL MVP Adrien Peterson has been facing property seizures. Court records show. Now, this article was written, I'm going to give you the date so we can be accurate. This article was written on, these damn pop-ups. This article was written on February the 22nd of 2004. So this is up to date and accurate. In 15 seasons as an NFL running back, Adrien Peterson rose to fame as a three-time rushing champ who was named the MVP most valuable player. He earned more than $100 million combined, most of his time with the Minnesota Vikings. But he hasn't played since 2021, the same year that a judge in New York entered an $8.3 million judgment against him stemming from an unpaid loan. Court records indicate he hasn't paid up since, and instead of being ensnared in a legal battle over attempts to seize his property, collect on that judgment, including a fight over a piano and items that have been kept in multiple storage units. On Wednesday, dozens of his personal items were involved in an advertised sale, including his MVP trophy, and Rookie of the Year trophy. In March of 2022, a court in Houston appointed Robert Burleff as the receiver to collect the judgment on behalf of the lender, a Pennsylvania lending company called D'Angelo Vehicle Sales. The company loaned Peterson $5.2 million in 2016. Peterson said he planned to use most of that money to pay back other lenders. So you borrowed $5.2 million to pay off a debt. If you were going to use that to pay off other lenders, that means you borrowed from one place to pay somebody else, right? You robbing Peter to pay Paul. We've all been guilty. I know I've done it. It is what it is. But Peterson did not pay back the loan, and now he owes much more, including interest, according to court filings. In the meantime, Burleff has filed court records that describe the collection effort as a game of cat and mouse. Last year, the court-appointed receiver even filed a complaint against Peterson, alleging that Peterson was trying to avoid paying what he owed on the judgment by transferring ownership of storage units to his wife. So he turned over his storage units and changed ownership to his wife's name as a way to try to evade them being able to come and get his shit. Last July, the receiver was informed that Peterson was attempting to auction non-exempt property that was held in multiple storage units, according to court records. When the receiver attempted to seize the property, an employee of the storage unit said ownership of the units had been transferred to Peter's wife. The same day, a storage unit employee contacted Ashley Peterson to inform her of the receiver's presence and his intent to seize the assets. Let's talk about why he owes the money. Hold on, give me a second. I want to just describe something to y'all. Give me a quick second, and then I'm sorry, I'm not in the chat. Give me a quick second. I'm not in the chat. Hold on. I had all this stuff pulled up last night, and then when I messed up my time. Let me describe to you Adrien Peterson's 30th birthday party. So maybe we can get an idea of how this man was spending his money. Adrien Peterson rode in on a camel at his ridiculous 30th birthday party. If a child ate an entire ice cream cake and passed out watching Aladdin, he might dream of the exact party Adrien Peterson threw in Houston, Texas for his 30th birthday. Okay. It appears to have chipped in someone's cartoonish notion of a Middle Eastern, South Asian party. Okay. The cake was purple and gold, monolith invoking the Taj Mahal. Jamie Foxx showed up and danced to Michael Jackson. It was like a whole Aladdin theme. He had a 12-foot ice bar. Hold on. Shoot, this thing, y'all, I'm sorry. My internet is acting choppy. So sorry if I'm trying to get to all of the. Okay. Some of the guests dressed up as sheiks, which may not have been on theme, they said. Okay. He flew in 300 guests for his birthday party. He flew in 300 guests. Do you know how much it costs to fly 300 people first class? Because you know they didn't fly coach. If he flew them in, they didn't fly him in coach. Yeah, Shannon and Ocho Cinco were talking about this. That's what made me, that's when I was listening to them. The man owed $5 million. He borrowed $5 million and never paid it back. So now he's saying, oh, my trophies were sold. That was an accident. No, it wasn't no accident, sir. They absolutely did what they were supposed to do. They coming in and they selling your shit. They're selling your shit. And here's the thing. I'm not saying that when you're rich, you can't live a nice lifestyle. I mean, that's why we work hard, right? But one thing I will say, I listened to Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco talk about this, and they talked about the mistakes they made with their money. And Ocho brought up a good point. He said, "Listen, when you are 20-something years old and you getting a check for $600,000 every week, not every month, every week, you getting a check for $600,000, and that doesn't include endorsements and any of the other money you make." He said, you young and you dumb and you make bad decisions. He said, I did it. Shannon Sharp talked about it. Shannon Sharp talked about how he had so many cars that he would have to move his cars out of the way if he wanted to drive a particular car. Like he had to play, Matchbox and move all his cars around to get to the car he wanted. He said, and then he talked to he went to a financial advisor, somebody that was working with a lot of the top star football players at the time. And he sat down with the guy and he said, listen, I want to be able to live a nice lifestyle for the rest of my life. So he said, the guy said, bring me all of your bills. I need to know all your debt. I need to know what you make, but I need to know all your debt. So Shannon Sharp said that, he went to the guy and he sat down with the guy. He said at the time he had 3 kids. So he told Shannon Sharp at that time, I think Shannon Sharp said at that time he had been in the industry for like 9 years. I mean, he had been playing football for like 9 years. And the guy told him, he said, listen, you're going to be paying child support for at least the next 12 years. You got 3 kids. For at least the next 12 years, you're going to be paying child support. He says, you ain't going to be playing in the NFL for the next 12 years. So we need to sit down and come up with a plan. And we need to have something reasonable, not ridiculous. I'm not saying you got to eat oodles and noodles every day, but let's figure out what it is. Because Shannon Sharp said, I want to be able to maintain a comfortable lifestyle for the rest of my life, right? So Shannon said the guy gave him a plan. He said, and you got to do it. Because the man could only lay the plan out. He can't make me do it. Yeah, you missed the Wendy part. Sorry, Candy. The man, he can't make me do it, right? But he said he got rid of all them extra cars. He was like, look, how many cars can you freaking drive? He said he got rid of all the cars. I think right now he's got 2 cars. And he said, that's why when I got fired from CBS, I was good. That's why when I got fired from Fox News, I was good. He said, because my money is set at a pace where I'm good. And the same thing with Ocho Cinco. Ocho Cinco said, I did all of that. I did the flashy. I had a Maserati. He said, shit, I had a Bugatti at one time. He said, I was leasing a Bugatti. He said, but then I got to the point where I realized, like, okay, I have all of these things, and now what? And we know that now Ocho is just cheap as hell. But the one thing I'm going to say about Ocho Cinco is cheap about certain things. But when he want to spend money, he'll spend money. I've seen, like, if you follow his Instagram, his girlfriend's Instagram, he treats her really nice. Like, he buys her designer things. They go on really nice vacations. For their wedding, he's doing a destination wedding where he's flying people in. They're getting married on one of the, Caribbean islands or whatever. He spends money on what he wants to spend money on. I think he's just at a point where he's like, if I don't need it, I don't need it. Now, I think he's a little extreme. But again, who can I tell? Right. He's enjoying his life. Right. He's definitely, and again, he's at a place where he's good financially. Like, if you remember when Ocho Cinco played, who would have thought? Because it definitely looked like he was just out there just being willy-nilly. But anyway, that's what I wanted to. I said I would drop the link. So I'm going to drop the link. Phil, you still here, boo? I'm going to drop the link for a few minutes. If you guys want to come up and talk about Wendy or Married to Medicine or the Real Housewives, anything that we talked about, I will drop the link. 50 Cent is the same. He said, why pay for an expensive watch when a cheap watch is going to tell at the same time? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that are frugal. And then, like Tyra Banks said it. Tyra Banks was like, people think that I wear all this designer stuff. She said, I've been getting my sunglasses from Walgreens or get them for free. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm drinking all this daggone tea, honey. Okay, hold on, y'all. I dropped the link, so I guess Phil left. Phil, you coming up? All right. I see you backstage. Give me a second. I'm gonna bring you up. Katay.
I'm here.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
Okay.
Um,
What you want to tell?
let's talk about Wendy first. Okay, that is totally
Okay.
ridiculous. Whoever came out to do this uh documentary, it's got her looking really ridiculous and pathetic, and it's sad. I mean, just to see her room, you would think like Wendy is fabulous. So why is her room looking like this? You got cat vomit, urine everywhere. She's
I got you,
hollering at
Phil.
these people. Can you hear me? Oh,
I
she's
can hear you.
hollering
Sorry
at
about
these
that.
people.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fine. She's screaming at these people. Her eyes are bulging. We know she got this thyroid and Graves' disease, but some of that from some other stuff too. Trust me, I know. The thing with Heavenly, she's I know y'all go for her whatsoever, but I always thought that she was very vile and just ridiculous. And what gets me with Sweet Tea is there's no possible way that I would let this woman win in my mouth knowing how she feel about me. The first thing that she said when Sweet Tea showed up, who paying for this? Like,
Mhm.
girl, my husband or whoever, I would have walked out the door then. And now you calling my husband a pedo? That's not only damaging me or him, that's damaging his reputation. She really can be sued for defamation because she knows it's not true. Regardless of what this girl, her age, what this woman age is, she's an adult. So if this,
Mhm.
I see um older men going with younger women all the time, but when a younger woman
Mhm.
want to go with an older man, it's a problem. And there's no
Mhm.
possible way if I was quad that I would even entertain Heavenly as being a friend. Heavenly, she airs out all your information. She tells everything that you do, whether it's true or not. She always saying quad sleeping with married men, allegedly. She going overseas to get money from these men, allegedly. It's just ridiculous and pathetic. And for the guy that throwing a party like that, we don't count nobody money. We understand that. But that is totally ridiculous. That is totally ridiculous. People out here scratching for money, can barely pay their rent, can barely starving whatsoever. And these people, and then why are you borrowing money? You borrowing $5 million and you don't have $5 million. That's really ridiculous. I mean, be for real. This is like these people go to these car loan places. You getting a loan on your car this week and you ain't working, so how you gonna pay that loan off? So there your car go. That's totally weird to me.
Mhm.
And what else we talked about? Da, 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 da. T
Real Housewives of
T.
Atlanta.
Oh,
Porsha.
with Marlo and Simon and Porsha. Hopefully this is not a stunt. I find it totally coincidental that Porsha didn't know all this man background. And I find it coincidental that Bravo did a background check on this man when they don't even pay the men, and all these other people, all these other men have came on the shows, and none of them had a background check done on them. I find it
How do we know
coincidental.
Bravo did a background check? Where'd you read that?
That's what they say. They say Bravo was the one that told Portia about Simon. That's what I'm saying. That's totally
No,
crazy.
no, it
Yeah.
can't hit the blog.
No, it hit the blogs, but they say Bravo was the one that told Portia. Portia got a heads
Oh,
up from Bravo first before it hit the blogs. That's what I'm telling you.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Oh, okay.
really weird. And then like 5 days before, you on the internet saying, y'all, this is my ride or die, my love and whatsoever. But now you getting a divorce. And then the divorce hit who was down there watching? Because you signed for a divorce and next thing we know that it's on the blogs that you get a divorce. It hit the blogs too quickly. I'm not saying it's a stunt. I'm not saying they pulling something or not, but it's just so coincidental that all this happened right then and there when you getting ready to go back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. You going back on, and now all this stuff coming back. Is this a storyline? Is this true?
Now I can hear
Yeah, we know
static. I
we
don't know
know
what
you
I can hear
signed. We know you
static.
signed divorce paper. We know you signed for a divorce. We saw that. We know that because it was in the people thing. We know this. But what I'm saying is that's just weird. It's totally weird because you know they trying to get their ratings back up, so they'll pull all kinds of clown shows. It's just weird. And Marlo saying that she don't want to come back on. The reason why I said that because of her past, but then maybe I'm thinking about the past of her doing that essence to somebody's face. Maybe because they keep bringing that up. They keep bringing that up. Maybe she just wanted for let that stay in her past whatsoever because everybody got a pass. I ain't said I did that the slicing, but everybody got a pass. Maybe she just want to get that out the way, and because plus she's raising these two boys too. So I don't know. Um, and I think that's it. That's all we discussed, right?
Yep, I think that's
Wendy,
it.
yeah, yeah, that's it. But like I said, and then people are asking why this woman trying to pull the documentary. She's trying to pull the documentary because that people are going to see that you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Because Wendy is living like, mhm. It's weird. She just it's weird that the way she's living. You wouldn't think that Wendy would be living like that, and hopefully she would get some help and she would find some peace because she need a lot of peace right now. That's all I got to say, y'all.
Thank you. Now I'm gonna go out and come back in because I do now. I hear static. I never used to hear it before, but I hear static, and I have no idea where it's coming from. Let me go out and come back in. Phil, go ahead, Pete, and say your piece. I'm about to go out and come back in.
Hey
Phil, you there?
everybody, hey tribe,
Hey.
really be, yeah, I can hear you good. The Wendy Williams documentary, I was at work last night and I was in tears watching it. Almost in tears. I didn't cry, I was almost in tears. It was so sad to me. I have several questions. One, who put these people in charge of Wendy? Two, how does she know these people? Why isn't a family member living in that apartment with her? I think Wendy needs to go to Miami with her family, or somebody needs to be in New York with her. And who's buying the alcohol? There's no way Wendy is going to the store buying alcohol. Who is supplying Wendy with the alcohol? Now, with Will, I want to say he has good intentions, but I'm 50-50 on that. But that publicist gotta go. Not acknowledging that there's clearly something wrong with Wendy is strange. She gotta go. She definitely has to go. I was so confused about what's really going on, and I don't understand why the niece isn't living in that home. I'm just having all kinds of concerns. Wendy was clearly disoriented at times. Um, they saying she has all of these stacks of money just everywhere. I just see all these people taking advantage. I don't know if the guardian is just over her finances or over her overall well being, but it is clear that Lifetime had a responsibility to call Adult Protective Services at this point if they have not been called already. Someone really needs to be watching Wendy because it was just heartbreaking to watch. I don't understand who these people are. Why y'all trying to get her to work when y'all can clearly see she's disoriented? It's just all sad. It's really sad. I need Lil Kevin or the niece or the sister to be in New York or have Wendy in Miami. It's really crazy. Like, who signed off on this? Who is watching her money that she's getting from this documentary? Because at this point, I think they're doing the documentary and things to get quick cash for Wendy. So who is watching all of this? It needs to be an APS investigation. I'm sorry. APS needs to come in, and whoever this guardian is over her finances, a judge needs to do a review. It needs to be a review of what's been going on and who are these people, because I'm concerned. I am truly concerned. That publicist, what's her name, Sean? She got to
Mm-hmm.
go. She got to go. And if they saying tonight Wendy just flew to LA and nobody knows, oh hell no. That's a problem. A big problem with me.
Oh, she's getting that alcohol brought in by Uber Eats. Did you hear what she said?
But I don't
Uber Eats,
but
and then
I don't
Wendy was
think
going out herself getting that alcohol with them little blue jean shorts on. Remember
but
that?
that's what I'm saying. There should be a family member or some type of caretaker in the house with her because I don't think Wendy is really doing Uber Eats. I know she was going out before, but now somebody has to be bringing that alcohol to her.
The
I
Uber
mean,
Eats, she's ordering. You can order Uber Eats, and they can go to the grocery store and pick up anything for you. And the thing of it is, I see exactly what you're saying. It's ridiculous and pathetic. And for her to be living like that with urine and everything around with them cats, that's not the person that we seen on our screen every morning watching her show. But you know what? Think about it. When Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson was a perfectionist. He was a perfectionist. But when he died, did you see his bedroom? How he was living in his bedroom? His bedroom was a mess. It was a complete mess. And like I said, Wendy has a lot of, she might be an alcoholic or whatsoever, but Wendy has some more addiction problems too. Because even when she was sleeping, why would you even film her sleeping? That's not a normal sleep. That's an induced substance
stupid.
sleep. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? How she was sleeping. Don't know, a regular person don't sleep like that. That's an induced sleep. And they recording and showing it. And then for this idiot to sit up and saying, why you got $15,000 just sitting around? Who to say these publicists ain't taking that money out their house? These people are sketchy. And then how you gonna be a jeweler, but now you my manager and you looking like has been Kelvin? It's weird. It's totally weird. You was making my rings, but now you my manager. I don't get it.
He does look like Kelvin. That's why I'm like, who put these people in charge, yo? If Lifetime did not call APS, they should be ashamed of themselves. I am so serious on that. They have a duty. It was heartbreaking. The sickness and the diagnosis is one thing, but now y'all looking around and y'all asking all of these people questions about do they have concerns, and people are saying no, and she's okay. No, we clearly see something wrong. I hope where Wendy is now, she's getting a medical treatment to help her. The alcohol definitely isn't helping. Alcohol is a beast on the mind and on the body. So if you're already sick, drinking is not going to help anything. It's only going to exacerbate and make it worse. I have real concerns. I don't think Lil Kevin is responsible enough, or he has the awareness and knowledge to really handle things. I hope the sister really gets in charge. But I was shocked to see that they was interviewing Tommy. I was like, hey, are they interviewing Tommy? Hey, yo, something is amiss. I hope that someone really steps up to really take care of Wendy. She has been too successful. She's loved by too many people to be going out like this. This is sad. We have to take care of our people, Black folks. We have to take care of our people. It's not about the money, because clearly Wendy wants her money to go to her son. She
Yeah.
said it too many times. She wants everything to go to her son. So at this point, what really needs to happen is someone needs to just be with Wendy full time, providing care, making sure she's being cared for, because I don't really think that's occurring.
And I
Savannah.
hope she got, I'm sorry.
Okay, I just
Hey,
wanted to.
really,
Okay, I
hey,
just
really
wanted to.
be hey panel. Good afternoon. I'm actually glad that we were able to see and that they filmed this documentary. I think this was a strategic move by the family to let the public see, and all the fans that do love and adore Wendy see that she is surrounded by vultures that are taking advantage of her. Wendy, and this was filmed during 2022 and 2023. And at that time, the access to Wendy was the people around her at that time, Will and the publicist and the guardian, Sabrina, they limited the family's access to Wendy. So I think this was a chess move by the family to allow this documentary to be filmed so that the public can see the state that Wendy was in. I know her lawyer at that time released a video this morning showing that when Wendy was in the care of the family, Wendy was much healthier during late parts of 21 and early parts of 22. You can see a more vibrant, much healthier Wendy when she was in Miami. But as we all know Wendy's story, she has always been struggling with alcohol and other substances, but she found that as a coping mechanism to deal with her personal struggles that she dealt with in her marriage. But somehow she always managed to function and be the loving person and icon that she was. I'm just glad that the curtain has been pulled back, and just like they did with Britney Spears, I think this is going to ignite an outrage from the public, where the family can use this documentary to go to a judge and ask that the guardianship be looked at, and the family now have a more vital role in her care. And because one thing that I took from the documentary is she loves and misses her family. She wants to be around her family, although they don't want her drinking. She still loves and misses and wants to be around her family, and her family love Wendy, the person, not the personality, but the person. And these people that are around her, their priority is getting her career back, because her come up is their come up. But I'm excited and looking forward to part 2. And I'm just glad that the curtain was pulled back so we can actually see where Wendy is now.
Thank you. Thank you. What were you going to
I just
say?
want to add.
Jay?
Oh, I just wanted to add one quick thing. Can we not compare her to Britney Spears? Because I personally believe that Britney Spears needs a conservator, because the sis isn't right. She's another one that may need some, mental health treatment. I'm tired of these little videos of Britney dancing in her drawers, looking disheveled. I think I think we may need to, really look at Britney Spears' mental health. She doesn't look well either. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's the thing
So
too with Brittany. Didn't that guy that she married, wasn't he trying to extort her out of money, saying that he was going to tell all her secrets if she didn't pay him a certain amount of money? Because she
I
had
didn't
slapped
read.
him or something at a restaurant or something, and then he said he was going to extort her or tell. Didn't he say he was going to tell something if she didn't pay him some money or something?
I didn't see that. I mean, I don't. I can't say no, but I don't remember reading that. What I will
I
say,
think I
I
do.
agree. I agree with you saying, Phil. Here's my thing about Brittany. I do think Brittany needs help, but I did not agree with the extent of which what her father was doing under the conservatorship. That's my problem. Like videotaping her and not allowing her to have a cell phone and controlling her money. Like I thought it was extreme what they were doing. Do I think that she needs help? I do. I do. But I think that what was happening was extreme. That was my 2 cents on that. But anyway, all right, you guys.
Oh, I
Well,
agree with that, really, B. The not having a cell
okay, but
phone
let
and
me say
stuff
what
like that.
okay.
Yes, I agree. Brittany definitely needed a cell phone. The daddy was definitely doing too much with Brittany, but I wish I wish the Shade Room and these other outlets would stop posting those videos of Britney dancing and pulling her underwear down. It just doesn't look right. Like Wendy, them filming Wendy in this robe. She was in the robe 85% of the time on the documentary. Let her put some clothes on and look presentable. When they show Wendy without her wig, I screamed. I said Wendy would have never wanted people to see her without her wig on. We all know Wendy wanted to be seen looking good, and when they show her without that wig, I died in my office. It was sad. It was truly sad. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Bless
Excuse
you.
me. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it was really truly sad. And I'll be honest with you, like I took no enjoyment watching it, and that's why I was like, I really just don't. I don't want to promise. I may never finish watching it. You know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, Belize said. Could say that you're correct that her husband did threaten her. So I just didn't remember reading it. You know, I don't read everything. But Belize said that he did do that. So yeah. All right, you guys. Well, thank y'all for coming up. I'm getting ready to go ahead and round this out. We've been here almost 2 hours. We will be back tonight for the Real Housewives of Potomac live review. It's the season finale for
Thank
whatever that's
God.
worth. Is it? Well, is it the season finale?
I
Is it
hope it
already?
is. I hope so.
Well, I know tonight is. I don't think. Maybe not. Maybe not Potomac
Married to
because
Medicine.
they're still in the damn
Married to
DO.
Medicine.
Yeah, it's the finale for Married to Medicine. So maybe not Potomac. Maybe Potomac has. Potomac probably only has 2 more weeks though. It's probably this week and next week. But the Married to Medicine finale is tonight. So, oh no, somebody said it is the finale. Okay, well, we'll see what the finale is giving, honey. Anyway, all right, you guys, let's get ready to get out of here. I want to thank you guys for coming up. Thank you, Phil, as always.
You're
Savannah and
welcome.
Cafe, thank you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.
Have a good day.
Bye bye.